Happy Wednesday. I wanted to come on and do a video on feet and calves and adductors. So under my personal workout videos, I have done a video on how to release tight hip flexors, and I did a video on how to release chest and back. So today I wanted to address a very important area, and that is feet. So what we see a lot of times is that in tennis shoes and other shoes, the back of the shoes are thick, and then as you see, they go narrow, which what happens then is our feet stay in what we call plantar flexion a lot of times, and that can cause very tight calves. And tight calves can cause a lot of different misalignment in the knee and throughout the hip area. So in releasing your feet, releasing your calves, then we'll have better alignment and range of motion in the other joints and other areas of the body. Remember and keep in mind that all of our nerve endings end in your extremities. So they start in the central nervous system, brain, central nervous system, out through your back, and then they end in your hands and feet. So all the nerve endings that are in your feet go to other areas of the body. So by releasing these areas, then you will release the nerve that goes to other areas of the body as well. So what we want to also keep in mind is the adductors. So the adductors, when they are very tight, we see what's called genu valgus. So the knees want to buckle in like this. And then we have problems in the hip area as well. So I'm going to show you how to release those areas as well. So let's start with the feet. They have this nice little tool that you can buy at Target for about $7. And what you do is you simply roll the bottom of your feet. So you want to explore the outside of the foot, the inside of the foot. Maybe you have more tenderness in the heel. These areas can be very tender. So if you have a job where you have to wear work boots or heels to work, then you might find that some of these spots are very tender. So if it's too tender to stand and do this, then simply sit down and roll back and forth, explore the areas, and then once you find that tender spot, stay put on that tender spot until you feel that release. So a lot of times right in the arch of the foot or the heel of the foot are where people are going to experience some tenderness there. So make sure that you find the spot, stay put, and release those areas. They also have this little nifty thing, which is kind of on the along the lines of acupuncture. And so you stand on this mat, and at first it kind of hurts, and you just gently put pressure on the toes and on the heels. You can go back and forth and kind of explore where those tender spots might be. Now, if it's too tender to do this with bare feet, you can put your socks on, or you can also do one foot at a time. It kind of hurts at first, but then feels really good. The more that you do it, the more release that you'll get within your feet, and you'll find where those tender spots are. All right, so from the feet, we're gonna move up into the calf area. So two different types of rollers that they have. They have a regular roller and a vibrating foam roller. So we're gonna go over the regular roller first. A lot of people have these sitting around. So what you're gonna do is you're going to hold yourself up, and most people are tender in the lateral gastrocnemius, which is this big muscle on the outside here. Some people are more tender on the inside or throughout the soleus, which is right here in the middle. So what I tell my clients to do is lay on the roller, and remember, most of the time we're in plantar flexion, so you want to dorsiflex that foot. And then hold on that spot and stretch through those calves, and then just kind of lay dead weight after that. So kind of do that stretch, lay dead weight after that. If you don't feel anything, then you can use your other leg for a little bit more pressure on those spots. You want to find the spot, hold 30 to 45 seconds, and then release that area, move on to the next. If you don't have the strength to hold yourself up, then you simply lay down and do this, and it works just as well. So some people are going to find that they're tender in these spots, and some people you might not be tender in these spots. but most of the time people are gonna find areas of their calves that they are really tight, and one side's typically gonna be tighter than the other. So they also have the vibrating foam rollers, which are a little more expensive, and they have different intensities, but these are amazing because of the vibration. It doesn't hurt as bad, so it kind of confuses the pain receptors, meaning that there's going to be more circulation and blood flow to that area. It's going to help with delayed onset muscle soreness. It's going to help with range of motion. So a lot of benefits to having the one that vibrates as well. It's a little hard to get used to because it can tend to have like a itchy sensation or be a little bit intense if those areas are tender. So I really like the vibrating roller for everything below the belt. It gets a little intense whenever you're using it for shoulders and neck area as well. Now, they also have this little tool, which is the Hypervolt, and this has percussion as well. As you can see, this tool is amazing. Now, if you're deconditioned, this in itself can make those muscles really sore. So you have to be careful in the beginning. Just go in lightly, let the tool do the work itself, so you're not actually putting a lot of pressure. You're just holding it up against the muscle and letting it stimulate and then do all the work for you. You don't have to add added pressure in there, and you can has different intensity levels as well. So this one's nice because you can actually release right alongside the outside of the calves there. And you can also do feet as well, which a lot of people are very tight. They don't pay enough attention to their feet and releasing the muscles in their feet, which causes a lot of problems in the knees and the hip as well. Now, we also want to release through the adductors and through your hamstrings. So a lot of people think that they're tight in their hamstrings, and typically most people are weak in their hamstring. You have your semimembranosus and your semitendinitis, and those two muscles are weak on a lot of individuals. If you are tight in your hamstring, the one muscle that's typically tight is going to be the bicep femoris. So that one comes along the lateral back side of the leg here, like so. Now I'll show you with the other roller. The other roller here, you put behind, and then you come up over the roller like so. Kind of go off to the side as you're rolling. Once you find that spot, stay put on that spot. Again, 30 to 45 seconds on each of those areas. Now, the adductors, and what I was explaining in the beginning, which is that knee valgus, where we see that the knees, and you'll see this like in a squat assessment when the knees want to go buckling in and the inside of those legs are very tight, which causes a lot of unwanted stress on the knees and hips. So to release those muscles, what you're going to do is you're going to lay down next to the roller, like so. You're going to hike your knee up on the roller, and then you're going to go from the knee up to that groin area back and forth. Now, you don't need a lot of pressure here. Make sure that you ease into this and only put enough pressure to where you explore and kind of see how tender these areas are. Once you find that spot, lay down and just hold for 30 to 45 seconds until you have release. And surprisingly, a lot of people don't realize how tight they are in the adductors as well. So I hope this helps. If you have any questions or comments, you can let me know. And I hope that you all find some spots that you can release and feel so much better. Have a great rest of the week, everyone. Bye.